Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are fine. This is Ranger Public School and College, Mandi Bhavdeen, and today we are going to discuss about the very beautiful masterpiece Moving written by Robert Frost. Here are some objectives that will be completed during this lecture, and student will able to know about figurative language, to identify poetic devices, to gain knowledge about central idea background of the poem. They will also know about personification, imagery, symbolism, metaphor and allusion, etc. If we talk about the setting of the poem was written in 80s in the rural areas when during summer days the poet was sitting in the open field of grass. The poet wrote this poem to highlight the importance of contemplations, to tell us the meanings of the work, to tell us about the exact, the joy, the happiness, the pleasure that we can achieve after accomplishment of our task. The poem is very beautiful comparison between hard workers and non-hard workers. It also gives us consequences of hard working and non-hard working. The central theme of this poem is accomplishment is the reward of hard work. The very first term used in this poem is personification. It is a term used by the poet when he gives human qualities or characteristics to some non-human beings or non-living things. For example, the word Sati, that means sickle, Yantantri, and he says about sickle that my long Sati whispering to the ground, and that means that poet want to say about my sickle is talking to the ground. Again, the word spikes of flower, that means heads of flower. This is also a characteristic of human being. Again he says, and hears his long Sati whispering to the ground. He want to say his sickle is trying to talking, he's trying to whispering to the ground, he trying to say something to the ground. So this is personified. Imageries are the pictures or sound created by the poet by using his words. For example, in this poem, the poet tries to create a picture of wood. He also tries to gives us picture of flowers, picture of hay, picture of little heighted person, that is elf, picture of sickle, and sound of whispering, sound of talking, and also picture of grounds. Our next term is consonance. Consonance is the repetitions of consonants words in the same line, like in this line, the letters W, W and W, what was and whispered are consonant. Likewise, he also used assonance, and assonance is a term in which poets use vowel words, a repetition of vowel words in the same line, like the word I. Our next term is symbolism. This is a term used by the poet in which symbols are used to represent idea or qualities. For example, the poet used sati, and that is for work, pale orchises, that are for obstacles, scared bright green snake, that is also for obstacle, lack of sound, that is used for methods of work, and the heat of sun, that is used for. So the tone of this poem is very optimistic, contemplative, meaningful, and respectful. Next is metaphor. It is a term when poet compare two dissimilar things without using the word like or as. For example, in the line, it was no dream of the gift of idle hours, the poet compared dreams with idle hours. And next, the fact is the sweetest dream that laborers know. In this line, the fact is compared with sweetest dream. Our next term is irony, that means something opposite to the actual speaking. For example, in the above line, the poet said, "The fact is the sweetest dreams that labor know, but in fact, labors know about only hard working." Then there is allusion, that is the act of indirect references. For example, elf is used for low standard people, pale orchards is used for poor people. Our, our next term is rhetorical question. It is a term used by the poet when he asks some question in the poem. For example, in the poem Moving, the Robert Frost asks, "What was it?" It whispered. There is a question mark, so it is this term is called rhetorical question. Our next term is anaphora. Anaphora is the repetition of same words in the start of the different clauses or in the start of different lines. For example, the word perhaps it is a anaphora. In the first line, he shows perhaps it was something about the heat of the sun. Again, he says perhaps about the lack of the ground, and these are some poetic devices used by Robert Frost in his beautiful poem Moving. Thanks for hearing me. Have a nice day.